Yo, what's up going on YouTube? How you doing? I just got through with a long night of gaming and I am also very exhausted. But unlike last night where I was looking forward to an update that was coming out for a game that I so very much love to play, um, I am now not waiting for any update. There's one, but it won't be for another 2 years. So, with that being said, I am now without distraction. Hi, welcome to Work Plus. Here we delve into the realm of what can I learn, and if I'm learning it, then guess what? I'm going to journal about it, and the journal is me recording and then posting to Org Plus. So if you are new here on the comeback, like any of the content you see for whatever reason, be sure to drop a like on that video that you saw, and be sure to subscribe. So in the event we come up with something that, or I come up with something that you might like to see, subscribe so you know when I post that oh so very special something. And if it's something that you don't see me ever having to learn, comment down below in the comment section of this video, of every video you see, in the event you see any of the videos I have, what you would like me to learn about and give my honest opinion on, as well as master, because I'm honestly thinking just broad spectrum, something small. This is neat. I didn't know this before. That's good to know. I could name it the Good to Know series. But yeah, last video we pieced together our entire strategy. We learned what breaker blocks were. We learned what liquidity sweeps were. Again, we learned what order blocks were. We learned how to identify them within the market. We have our times set up, we have our notes set up, we have our strategy set up, and honestly, I think we did good the last time we were here. I think we were good. So, clearly you can see, this is the 1 minute chart. We were working off of this right here, right? And as you can see, on the 1 minute, we were working off of this right here, right? It wasn't until about 10:41, so 10 minutes after 10:30, right? Our designated stop looking for a trade, right? Our designated one, that essentially, we did not take a trade here. Why? Because it did not cross into this fair value gap. It did not make this an inverse fair value gap. And that was our final confirmation to enter a trade on. It didn't make the inverse fair value gap until after 10:30. We want to take a trade in between 9:50 and 10:30. That is our goal. I understood my mistake when I made it last time, and essentially it was, as I said it was a second ago. We found where we wanted to take a trade from our confluences. We knew the general trend on the hourly, and as a result, when we went to execute, it was not to our standard. I'm going to remove all drawings. Remove 24. Boom. Boom. Remove 11. So we have a nice, fresh chart to look at. Now, with that being the case, we're going to go down to 30-minute right quick so we can mark out sessions. Vertical line, we need boom. Need 4. Boom. And 8. Boom. Here's our sessions. Asian, London, New York. We're going to do the same thing here. Boom. Boom. Session 4. 8. Good. This is a thing. This is a thing. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit right here. Boom, boom. Yay! So off the hourly, we're going to mark our key levels. Asian session got up to here. Boom. Asian session got to there. Actually, the lowest point was right here on Asian session. So boom, we'll mark that. We had our lowest point here on London session. They tanked on that. That's wild. We have not seen our highest point. I'm not going to mark it because we have yet to see a higher point here. We're going to go on NASDAQ, do the same thing. Boom. Asian session, our most recent high. It was right there. Up, down, high. Boom. Yay. Lowest point was right here. Down, up, low. I'm not seeing anything within this or this that suggests lower. We're good. That being said, I'm going to take this. Lowest point here. And this matches the S&P 500. With the exception of... Oh, wait. We're on the 30-minute. That one. This is the hourly. Boom, 30-minute. This and that match. One day before, yep. One day before, yep. Cool. We have 2 green candles going up. Boom. 2 green candles going up. Boom. Yay. So, what are we doing right now? We just marked out key levels. We're not too concerned about this key level anymore. Why? Because it's cleared it. This is the most recent high. This is the most recent low per the sessions. So I'm expecting this right here it'll stay within this price range. We're on the S&P now. Same gist. Price crossed. We don't care about this. Boom. Before we get any further, because we have, guess what, news to check. Chat. Without further ado, let's go ahead and display this window and actually get it going. First display window. This. This works. This. Woo! There's a lot on that, chat. I'm not seeing anything for... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for any of the news we ought to avoid. I'll show it to chat as well. You can actually see it right now. Not this one. Boom. You can actually see it right there, right? We have not, I'm looking at USD down here, right? I'm not seeing any PPI. I'm not seeing what are our no-goes. CPI, PPI, FOMC, NFP. I'm not seeing any of this, none of that, none of that, none of that, none of that, none of that. Is that good? Yes. That means price should stay within, minimize OBS, this price range. We should not see it bounce all over the place. If it does go up or below, it'll quickly rebound and we will have our stuff. We have our key levels here. Assuming price does not come back up and clear this, making it an inverse fair value gap, right? We have our fair value gap here. We don't build building blocks on the, what's it called? We mark liquidity, sessions highs and lows, and from that point on, we scale down to the 5-minute time frame. And this is supposed to happen just before market open. I'm getting super early with it, so I'm not missing out on the best trade I could possibly have. Just not doing it. I don't care. It ain't worth it to miss out. Up, down, most recent high, boom. I'm marking these out, so I have down, up, most recent low. Boom, a place to look at. We did not sweep that liquidity. That is still lower than this one. sake of knowing, we're gonna mark this low way over here. Boom. What are we in? We are currently in an uptrend. Why? We have made a most recent high. Check it out. We are within trend. We did not sweep this. I think it's going to continue going up for New York session. So what am I looking for? Just so we're on the same page, we're looking for a buy position. What is our buy position? Like, how do we determine a buy position? We're looking for specifically a liquidity sweep on the lows to predict a reversal up high. From that liquidity sweep, we can determine price going higher, right? That is our goal. From there, let's go ahead and do this right here. We'll do the same thing on NASDAQ. Up, down, most recent high. Boom, yay, this. Most recent low from over here. I'm going to say down, up, this right here, just because. I'll mark it. I will mark it just because. We seem to have a bit of S&T divergence. What candle is this? 14. It seems we have some S&T divergence happening because we got close, and this actually swept the liquidity on this, which means the S&P 500 is lagging behind the NASDAQ right now per London session. Seeing as this is the case, I think what is going to happen is because we've already got the sweep over here, price is already going to take a hike much, much higher. I'm expecting within this price range, higher. I'm expecting it to go up. Same gist here. We know price is going to continue up because of the S&T divergence, and this confluence is being used correctly, if I'm not mistaken. S&T. Wait for time frame. It says scale down to 5-minute time frame and wait for the confirmation, be it a break of structure, inverse fair value gap, or S&T. And inverse fair value gap is legit what this is right here, except we have an inverse fair value gap as a result of this liquidity sweep. So from this move, we can pretty much assume that we are going to have a much higher rate. Just is going to barrel on up. Yeah. Order block, breaker block. Yeah. I think this is the most recent, like this is a prime example of this right here being a liquidity sweep off of this. And from there, we have our order block here, right? And our breaker block are these two green candles, right? Market makers manipulated their sell orders downloaded for their buy orders, and as a result, it pushed higher. We didn't get a fair value gap because there was a lack of sell orders in the market. As a result, because of this imbalance, we had a complete clear of the order block. It filled the order. The market makers filled the order block from that. So we have that moving higher. We created a new high there. Man, is this boring. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oops. What am I going to do, chat? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this completely open. Why? Because I think I am okay for right now. I know news is not going to impact me in any way today specifically. I'm looking for a buy, up, right? Up move. With that being said, I do believe that I can pause my recording now, and I'm going to come back. Pre-market is 8 o'clock. This right here is pre-market. we're looking for a trade between 9:50 and 10:30. That is per the notes. 9:50, 10:30. So we're waiting for the 8 o'clock pre-market, and from there we will map out exactly what we need to do and watch our 9:50 a.m. mark. In fact, let's go ahead and mark that right quick, our 9:50, so we're not getting lost. Here's 9:30. This right here is officially New York Stock Exchange open, right? Like 20 minutes before it. We're going to come back when it's in between these, right? And from there, we will map out exactly what we need to. So when we get to this line here, we will have exactly what we need. At the moment, I'm going to call this a liquidity sweep because it is lagging behind the NASDAQ, and we did sweep this low right here, right? As a result, we know price is going to go higher. What's our next mode of just with this? After identifying and waiting for price to hit a key level, it seems to have, off of this right here, we haven't actually hit a key level. So that is the first thing we're waiting on. We're waiting for the key level, be it a low or a high. Once that's a thing, we wait for either break of structure, inverse for value gap, or SMT. Right now, it's looking more like, because we have not closed below that. Actually. So, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. They close below. It did. So we have a break of structure. Right. From that break of structure, we got our liquidity sweep as well as a fair value gap. This is a sign of inverse, and we got confirmation on the same candle. We also got a fair value gap, which is confirmation and continuation. It's going to continue moving down. We are looking for a breaker block, I believe. If we wanted to take a trade off of this, we would, I think, move down to the 10-minute, and we would wait for a 1-minute confirmation of break of structure, which means it will, from this move, continue moving down, right? So move lower than this, and from there, we will take a trade. I think my idea was just flip, though, because we were in an uptrend, and we had a break of structure. That is liquidity sweep, right? And on break of structure on the same one, and we moved down. So, yeah. I'm going to pause the recording now, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to this later. Like, as this right here opens up, or mark that 9:30. Boom. Chat, we will be right back. There's a lot that I just picked up on. I'm learning. I'm getting this right. We are nowhere near pre-market open, and I have corrected my alarms, my times to look for entry, as well as when my alarm should go off on pre-market. Pre-market for New York session is 8 in the morning, my time. So we were looking for a trade at 9:50. Actually, I think this is wrong. I'm gonna go down this, boom, this, boom, just so we're on the same page. Pre-market is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But we're looking for a trade is 9:50. That is the same for both of these. So 8:30, 9:50. This is our go line. Going back up to the hour, just to mark out some interesting stuff that's happening on the hourly, because they are important. We have our key levels. Asian session high, London session low. Neither has been crossed. So we're waiting on, guess what? One of our key levels to get hit. When are we waiting for them to get hit? Somewhere in this. Before 9:50. Or at 9:50. Doesn't matter. So long as the key level gets hit on the 1 hour, which is part of our gist. Boom. Right? Once the price level gets hit, We scale down to 5 minutes, look for break of structure, inverse fair value gap, SMT divergence. However, we're working off of confluence. I'm looking at the confluences I have on the high time frame just to see what price wants to do before we start delving down deeper into the lower time frames, looking for a trade that might not be valid. So we had a 1 hour fair value gap here that was turned inverse here, right? We swept liquidity off of this low here, right? As a result of a liquidity sweep, we have, guess what? Sign of reversal. So at this point in time, we just got to pre-market. It is now 8:10. Pre-market is open and we're waiting for this to come back to us. We're not going to look for a trade though until this. Per this chart though, and per this chart being the same, right? There is no SMT divergence between this low and this low here. What I'm looking at is a sign of reversal because we had an inverse fair value gap, and inverse fair value gap is the sign of continuation. No, it's confirming that the inverse fair value gap is confirming that there is going to be that liquidity sweep. I am gonna look at this strategy again. I'm gonna watch the strategy over here. Going off of what I know though, the inverse fair value gap makes this fair value gap no longer valid, and so price sweeps this. We're looking at now an liquidity sweep on the high time frame. Liquidity sweep is a sign of reversal, which means price is going to continue moving higher, right? Because we looked at our lows, not our highs. If we have a liquidity sweep on the low, that's reversal to go higher. What are we looking for without scaling down? What are we looking for exactly on the high time frame to confirm that price is in fact going to go higher? We're either looking for a break of structure, an inverse fair value gap, or an SMT divergence. So, per the high time frame, that is what we'll be looking for, right? And this is after we get, I'm gonna say 2 more candles in, right? Either we break structure, right, with a large candle moving up, closing out 1, 2 fair value gaps, or we don't and have a well, we've already got the inverse fair value gap off of the liquidity sweep. It's our confirmation and our key level at the same time. As a result of that being a thing, it is confirmed that price is going to be moving higher based off of this. That is my guess. That is my idea. And as a result of that idea being that the inverse fair value gap is confirmed to be going higher, we are in an uptrend. We have yet to break structure to the downside. So as a result of that, I think price is going to move higher per New York session. When this becomes a thing and market is available to go, right? Oh, look, we might actually have a break of structure off of this candle here. We might. If this low closes higher than this low, that'll be our break of structure back to the upside. That will be our confirmation as well. Boom. As a result of that closing higher than this low, though, we'll have confirmation that price is going to move higher throughout the New York pre-market gist, right? From there, we will look further into our 5-minute time frame because we haven't had price hit key level yet. So what does that mean? I think price per this mode of confluence, right? Price needs to hit either over down here or up here. Once it crosses one of these lines, we will scale down into the 5-minute time frame. Again, we're looking for a trade before 10:30. Allow me to get down into the 5-minute because for some reason it does not want me marking stuff on 10. It won't let me view 10 minutes. So there There's our 10:30 mark. And just so we got a nice firm landing pad, we're gonna put this right here. 5 minutes. 10:30. Boom. If we cannot find a trade between these two right here, or maybe I'm gonna give 15 minutes of benefit of the doubt, 15 minutes. If we can't find a trade by 11:45, I'm not gonna take a trade. This video is gonna get posted, and my confluence, my idea will have been validated. Let's go back up to the 1 hour on the NASDAQ. And back. English is failing me right now. Maybe. I hope you guys are having such a wonderful day. I really do. In the event you guys are missing out or just don't really know what the heck I'm doing on this channel or any other channel, this channel is primarily meant for me to learn stuff, right? And I have many other channels. One's for gaming, one's for not so pleasant stuff that I will not mention here. If you're interested in any of those channels, I strongly advise you check out the description of this video here. This video will have links to all 3 of those channels, including this one over there. There will also be a link to my Twitch. My Twitch streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Late night. Very, very late night. If you're interested in that, the content I stream, right, I strongly recommend checking out Twitch. In the event you don't like the quality on Twitch for whatever reason and you think YouTube is better, or you're just a diehard YouTube fan, I strongly recommend going to the channel description on Twitch and pressing the one link to YouTube channel. That will redirect you to Orbs Vault. Orbs Vault is where I host all the VODs. That is every single stream in 1080p, 60 frames a second, so you're getting the best quality video. That is a direct copy and paste from stream. There's like one video where I didn't do half of my stream and it kind of sucked, and it's the only one like it. So if you're interested in any of that kind of content, go check out those links. I know it's a bit of a maze to get to Orbs Vault, but you'll get there. I have faith. Yeah, I'm going to pause recording again because we are not at trade time yet. The ball has yet to hit the game. And as a result, I am going to wait. I'm going to pause recording. I'm going to rewind this. I'm going to rewatch a little bit. If you're interested in this guy's content as well, strongly advise checking out his channel. That link can be found in the description, as well as the link to the video I'm watching in reference to doing this. With that being said, we'll be right back. So just to confirm what I just picked up from him, we are still waiting for price to hit key level. Regardless of what happens over here, price has to hit key level first. This is just how it is. Earlier I said, because this is an inverse fair value gap now, and it's a sign of continuation that price is going to continue moving higher. Before it can move higher, it's going to move lower. How much lower? We're hoping to hit this key point here on London's low, right? When it hits this, we're looking for, on the 5-minute, our confirmation that, one, it did in fact hit the low, and it's going to, on the 5-minute, break structure to the upside, so it'll retest the low on the 5-minute, and as a result, we're waiting for a new low to be, or a higher low to be formed. Because at this point, this will be the most recent low, right? We're waiting on the break of structure, which is a higher low, or an inverse fair value gap, so this will have created the fair value gap, right? And as a result, we're waiting for a retrace up, which we could get an inverse fair value gap and a break of structure off of at the same time. Once it breaks structure, we move on to 5-minute continuation confluences. We wait for a fair value gap, break block, or block equilibrium, right? From there, we wait for 1-minute confirmation. That is a break of structure or inverse fair value gap, to the downside now. From there, we enter a short position to continue moving down. Per this right here, though, I think the price is going to move higher, so I'm looking for a long position. Specifically speaking, when we're looking for a long position, we're not looking for signs of reversal except for on the low side. So essentially, it'll sweep this liquidity and push higher. That's what we're waiting on. And that would make a lot of sense with hitting key level first. It makes sense for it to hit the key level down low, sweeping the liquidity, and then from there, waiting for the break of structure, making a new high, right, and pushing higher. Because per this candle right here, right, this order block, which is also a break of structure, we have, in fact, a downtrend. We made a lower high. However, this is the only break of structure, right? So right now, we're waiting for a lower low. That will be, yeah, it'll just close below this low. That's all we're waiting on. Seems we had a bit of an S&T divergence here. I don't know if y'all ever see that. It's a very small one. You had price moving higher there. You had price going down there. I think that means the NASDAQ is lagging behind the S&P because that is our sign of continuation. That price is in fact going to move higher. It confirms the fair value gap and liquidity sweep, and as a result, it's going to move higher. But again, before it moves higher, it has to move lower. And just so we're on the same page, another road of confluence is the most recent high to the most recent low. We're going to take, where is it? It's right here. Where's the most recent high? We can actually take it here, down here, right? This is wrong, chat. You want to know why? I said chat. That's wrong. You are not chat. You are comment section. This is a YouTube video. That right there is our equilibrium, right? Or it can go lower. It's going to have to cross this. My thought process is, in the event it crosses this, it's going to hit lower, which means we might see our first confluence hit, our key level hit, in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Could hit in the next hour. We don't know. In the event it's not, it's going to hit this key level up here. As a result, we'll continue on as though it is in an uptrend. And at that result, we will look for a long position going higher. We'll be right back. I want to point out before we get too crazy, it looks like we're about to have a break of structure back to the upside, right? So we are on the same notion we were before. We had a mini break of structure here. We had an inverse fair value gap here. As a result, we also got our liquidity sweep. Our liquidity sweep immediately after that had a break of structure here, a higher low. That is a break of structure back to the upside. confirming that this was in fact a liquidity sweep, and that price is going to be moving back up from this point right here. We are still not within our designated trade time. As you can see, we are going to continue to wait until we have our price hit key level. And if at some point, instead of continuing down and retesting this area of liquidity, we will look and see for a we're just waiting for the key level to get hit. If it isn't getting hit and we don't see it hit until after 10:30, we're not going to take the trade. I'd like to be able to put in a trade today. With the confluences I'm seeing on this board, I'd like to see a trade be done today. I'd like to trade today. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Oh well. There's always tomorrow. I'm happy to wait. All right, so we are down on the 5 minute. We are 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 40 minutes. There's a 10-minute delay right there. It is on a 10-minute delay. So realistically, this candle's already formed for anyone who's not getting delayed information. We are essentially 30 minutes out from market open, we need to look for an entry, right? I decided to scale down to the 5 minute to see what it was doing before we had to start looking for trades, right? Essentially, on the hourly, we have an inverse fair value gap, and then we had a small retrace here. What we're waiting to happen is for this price to dip down into this key level. If it hits this key level before market open, that's prime time for us. All we have to do is wait for confirmation, right? Because we're already on the 5 minute. Price hits key level, scale to 5 minute time frame, wait for confirmation via break of structure or inverse fair value gap or an S&T divergence. Right now, looking at both. Seems we had a disrespected order block here. We had a wick go up above that, and it is on an S&T divergence. When we spot an S&T divergence, that is confirmation that the price is going to continue moving down into, on the upside, S&T divergence on the upside, right? That's confirmation that price is going to continue moving down, and potentially sweep this liquidity. And as we can see, price is continuing to move down on the 5 minute. For continuation, we're looking specifically for fair value gaps, breaker blocks, order blocks, and equilibrium. Again, on this, We're looking for fair value gaps. I'm not seeing any, um, with the exception of this right here, and it was completely filled by this low here. I was going to say this right here, but it is currently getting filled, and if it closes above this, this will have been an inverse fair value gap, at which point that is our confirmation that price is going to continue, right? Um, these are confluences all without hitting a specific um, key interval, right? This is legit guessing at it. The idea is that price is going to come down, touch this, and ramp back up, right? To justify this trade, we'd be marking out the most recent high and the most recent low, drawing equilibrium, and then looking for price to go into a premium. And then we'd be taking a short off of that equilibrium. I'm wrong. The idea is to actually get a uptrend going, right? We're waiting for that breakup structure back to the upside. We actually got that breakup structure over here. Think about it. Broke structure on this candle right here, made a new high. Broke structure again, made a new low. Price wrapped up again, made a new high. Right there. And there we are. We have breakup structure official. We're in an uptrend. Boom. And then we broke structure on that candle there. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. We did not break structure in this at all. Right up until right here. This right here closed beneath this low. Actually, it did. Because that comes down. Breakup structure is when it closes beneath a low. And this right here is the low on the 5-minute. We haven't gotten a closure. So, at the moment, we are waiting to see if price is going to continue moving down. And again, this is on the basis without a keyframe. Keyframe. I keep saying keyframe. Key interval, right? We know there's an imbalance in this on the 1 hour. This is a fair value gap. On both charts, it's a fair value gap. We'll have more information when we get a key level hit, and I'm hoping it'll be this right here that it hits. If it's not, and it comes time to trade, we'll give it maybe 20 minutes, we'll say. That'll take us to 10, at which point price will have either crossed this line or a wick will have touched this line, and we will see it go much higher. S&P says it wants to go down, but NASDAQ says we are going up. We're currently in a downtrend. Wanted to, I'd say on the 5 minute we are currently in a downtrend. Because we did sweep this low here with this candle, our break of structure would be confirmation of this sweep, and so price would move much higher. It would confirm that we're moving higher. After that confirmation, we'd be looking for a fair value gap from a large green candle going up, or a breaker block, which would be a small retrace on the downside, indicating lack of sell orders. Price is going to move much higher, much quicker. Or an order block after a small retrace, we have a leg going back up, signaling that we had enough momentum to clear our most recent high off of whatever this makes, right? The high this makes, and then from there it'll that'll be our continuation confluence. Oh my gosh! Then from there we will scale down to the 1 minute. We will look very carefully for a break of structure or an inverse fair value gap. Here we are with a retrace. This might be a breaker block. On a downtrend, a breaker block would be the move up. The order block would be the move down. So, realistically speaking, that may have been an order block right there in the middle. These two green candles right here, these two may be the order block we're looking at. Price has filled the fair value gap, but has not made it an inverse fair value gap because it has not closed below the fair value gap, making it inverse. I think this is going to be our breaker block. Lack of buy orders in the market, and so price is going to push down, sweep this low a second time, and rally higher. We'll know when this price shoots low enough to sweep both. It'll sweep this low completely, and then we'll see one large candle going up. That'll be our fair value gap for continuation. That price is going to move much higher, much quicker on the 5 minute, and then from there, I believe once we have reached this threshold here, we can move on to break of structure and inverse fair value gap, right? From there, we will see what exactly we get off of it. It's not going to take me 5 minutes to do this. I will be right back. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I am absolutely tired. I have had such a long day yesterday, right? Like, I got very little sleep because of the update in the game I play, Warframe, right? It's a very fun game, very free to play. I've been playing it for a long time, and I'm just in love with every aspect of that game. We had a major update release that did a lot of quality of life changes that I myself have been looking forward to for years, and the game is much more enjoyable to play. I can absolutely say it is enjoyable to play. If you're interested in that kind of content, that kind of thing, check out Orb's Vault, check out the Gaming Orb on YouTube. There you'll find all the content I host when it comes to video games and the like. Orb's Vault will host live streams. The Gaming Orb will have a lot of videos and a lot of shorts, all of which are posted on a schedule. So you'll see a bunch of that stuff there. Yeah, head over there, subscribe. We're almost to 400 subscribers. We just hit 379 subscribers, something like that. Go check it out. Subscribe. Like a video or two. Comment below what you'd like to see gaming-wise on a video game if you have any suggestions. In the event you guys don't like that kind of content, you gotta stay there. You can just come back here if you'd like. I post here 5 days a week, so you'll get that. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see what price market specifically has to do this. I believe we filled our breaker block. I counted this right here, these two right here as our breaker block. This right here would have been our order block because it filled two of these. It did not create an imbalance or a fair value gap, but it filled the breaker block. So right now we should be looking at a formation, a huge up on this candle, and the next candle it should be a huge up. From there we'll see our fair value gap. We'll wait on a retrace back down into the fair value gap to not in. Yeah, we'll wait for the retrace back down. And that should be within this time frame right here. Once it comes back down and we have it, I'll scale till the 1 minute, and then we'll look for another confirmation like break of structure or inverse fair value gap, and then from there we will attempt a trade. I'm going to lose this, and I know I am. Why? Because I am using this strategy without it hitting a key level. And something tells me my idea is wrong. The price is going to continue to move down like it is now. We are in a downtrend and it has not broke structure, right? I think it's not going to hit the key level. I think it's going to come down a little bit more. As you can see, we have our imbalances. That right there is an imbalance. Price doesn't know what it wants to do. There's a lack of sell orders or buy orders in the market. Market makers are literally taking advantage of the most recent high here, pushing, or actually taking advantage of this high, pushing price lower. They're filling their massive amount of sell orders, so it might actually continue going down, like starkly down. But per the confluence of the inverse fair value gap we got over here, price should be moving up in our favor soon. Again, right now we're waiting. We're just waiting for confluences. If it hits a key level before this time zone, this timer right here, then we will work off the key level that it hit, right? We are on the 5 minute. So yeah. Let's scale back up to the 1 minute, 1 hour, sorry, and see if it hit our. It hasn't hit our key level yet. It wants to, though. See that mess? Chat. It wants to. It's trying to make that new low. See if NASDAQ's doing the same thing. We got 30 minutes before this candle closes. I think this is where we start looking at it. I strongly think this is where we start looking at it, because if price closes below this, that'll be our key level hit, and then from there, yeah. Just want to point out on the hourly that we do have 2 fair value gaps right here, right? That price can come back up to and essentially fill. Yeah, we're looking to take a trade off of the retrace from this low if it decides to hit this key level. So when it hits the key level, we're looking for that break of structure to the upside. From there, we put our stop loss just below this low here, or actually just below this low. And then from there, we'll watch it climb, and then we will see it fill fair value gap. Even per this right here, if we're to take this for what it looks like, this right here being our key level hit from over here, right? This would have been our breaker block, and if this right here closes like it did now, this would have been our order block, because it filled the it swept. It did sweep this. I don't know what I'm doing. We shall wait. We shall see. There we are. Well, it hasn't closed yet. I'm sorry. If this candle closes up here, we have a break of structure back to the upside. Seems the NASDAQ is lagging behind the S&P. We have 5 minutes. Comment section. 5 minutes. Just got down to 5 minute right quick. Boom. And boom. Okay. This is what we're looking at. Comment section. We have a fair value gap now. Right there. Boom. 5 minute fair value gap. So from this fair value gap, this imbalance, we think price is going to go lower. Same gist here. We have a fair value gap. Boom. Cannot take a trade yet. Wait till 9:50. Keep things easily simple. It looks like we're going to close up. This right here is an inverse fair value gap already. Actually, no, it's not. It's about to be made an inverse fair value gap if this candle closes above this. And then if we have secondary closure up here, we'll have 2 inverse fair value gaps. Or one big one, and price is going to continue moving up. Inverse fair value gap is a sign of confirmation. Yeah. All right, chat. Per my alarms, it is officially time to look for an entry on the trade. Our candles have not formed to the 950 mark. If we were to say price hit key level here, like this was the key level it was supposed to hit, right? If this is the correct use of confluence, that this did in fact hit the key level, we would have to zoom in to the 5 minute, wait for break of structure, inverse fair value gap, SMT divergence. We had a fair value gap here. It was closed above, inverse fair value gap right there, right? Creating a fair value gap there. On the 5 minute continuation, that price is going to move up. We wait for 1 minute confirmation on inverse fair value gap, so we scale down to the 1 minute. Boom. From here, because we have the same confluence line up on NASDAQ, we're waiting for confirmation from a break of structure or, again, inverse fair value gap on the 1 minute. Inverse fair value gap means it'll close below this, right? That'll be our inverse. Same story here. Break of structure from this uptrend. Is it making a new low? A lower high, sorry. And the idea is that we're looking to get into a long position, so we're buying into the market, we're not selling. Right now we are waiting on continuation confluence. I think I'm doing pretty good. If you like the way I'm using these confluences, you let me know. Okay? I 100% want to know what your thoughts are about this. I want to know. Am I using the confluences correctly? Am I approaching this the way I should be? Is there anything you would do differently in this scenario on this day of trading? You've seen the charts, you've seen what I'm doing. Help me, help you, help me, help you. Nothing wrong with constructive criticism so long as it's actually constructive, you know? Poor buddy. I believe we have had a break of structure. When this candle closes, we'll have a break of structure. I also strongly believe we'll also have a fair value gap right there, so we'll wait for price to come back down again. We'll make sure from this current trend up, we will make sure that one, we have an inverse fair value gap, a closure below this, and from that, boom, it'll just skyrocket higher. We will enter off of that fair value gap. Our stop loss will be just below this low here, and our take profit will be at key levels here. There. Oh, wow. Can't see further than that. NASDAQ is 100% lagging. Or, I'm sorry. Sorry. S&P is lagging behind NASDAQ now. NASDAQ says we're going higher. See the divergence right there? NASDAQ is saying down. SP is saying up. Oh, push back down. It's okay if it hits our key level up here, because we are still before the time we are supposed to be looking for a trade for the market, right? It's best if we go ahead and assume that it's going to hit up here. If it doesn't, it'll make that inverse fair value gap, and then it will go up. This is our point of entry, though, in the event it decides to cross this line. If it crosses this and closes below, we're entering off of that candle, and we're going to watch it soar higher. I might place the stop loss within the inverse fair value gap, just to have that mode of confidence that even if we get stopped out, it's not going to be by much. From that, we should make a decent profit. All right, we're at the time where we should be looking for a trade entry. Let's see what price does. Again, we're looking for a long position. So it needs to make an inverse fair value gap, or it needs to break structure to the downside. Break of structure is the closure below the most recent low. An inverse fair value gap is legit a fair value gap that's closed underneath in an uptrend. I know the two like the back of my hand. It's just a matter of waiting for it. Pardon for the jingle. Pardon the jingle, sorry. Playing with my dice set. Very entertaining just to spin this. Not dangerous either, like you could stop it with your fingers and not hurt yourself. Very fun little doodad to get distracted by. Anyway. Let's get serious. We're locking in here. That's good. That's good. Wait on you because you're telling us what is going to happen to the S&P. So on the S&P, we'll do the buy. I think MACD is also confirming. Right here is where people are like is projected to. People are going to want to sell here, which means price is about to tank back up underneath this. When it does, we're going to put our stop loss just below this low. We're going to wait for price to go even higher. I'm tempted to put price below this low, to put our stop out below this low. I think that's a bad idea though, because our fair value gap is right here. Our inverse fair value gap is going to be within this. So it would need to be a confirmed fair value gap. I think our stop loss is safe being put here. And then of course our take profits are at other key levels. We'll just let that be a thing. Cue epic music over the silence and everything too, because I am making progress. I have made progress. This is paper trading that I'm doing this on too, so it's like interesting stuff. Not mistaken, we are in equilibrium too. Yeah, I think we're in equilibrium right now, which means price is about to tank. We might actually get to trade today, chat. Check it out. Let's see. If I roll a d10, that's bullet with 10 sides to it, right? I roll it. It's still rolling. Still rolling. Still rolling. Stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop rolling. You're gonna fall off. I got the one, the one, the one, the one, the one. I got the one. I have one on this. I kid you not. I picked this up. I show you. I got the one, the one, the one. I know it's probably not gonna focus. Trust me, that's a one. That's the one and the only one on this dice. I on the die, I got one. Luck bad with die. How about let's try the 20. If I could get it out. Come here. Come here. Come on. I just want to see what happens if I roll this dice. Come on. Here, I dumped the whole thing then. Yay. I gotta find the 20. I believe this is it. Yes. Roll the d20. Rolling, 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 rolling. That time I got 20. Chat, am I made of that magic blue stuff? Why am I blue? I kind of wish my revolvers were as like smooth turning as this, right? Some of them are like not clankety clankety, not like rusty, because I actually cleaned my guns like really, really well. Um, they shouldn't be. They should be as smooth as that right there. Should just be able to spin like that. Be fine. We have a break of structure. Confirmation right there. Broke structure on this candle right here. I think we want to press buy. Chat, how bad of a problem is this? How bad did I just mess up right there? How bad was that? Let's go ahead and grab our GAN box right quick. Not our GAN box, but our... Where is that tool? We are in a long position. This is our entry point right here. We entered off of this. Our stop loss, if we are wrong, it's going to be just below this low here. Our take profit, if we are right, is going to be up there. We have another one higher. We do not. We have two take profits. Fingers crossed. YOLO. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to delete this. Get out of the way. We have our stop loss. We're actually going to bring this down a little bit lower, like right in there. So we have wiggle room. This is a 1 to 2.85. We just invested... we didn't invest $400,000. We bought one share. This entry point right here, 19,906. If price comes up above this take profit right here, we'll remove our stop loss and we'll sell 0.33%. I don't know what that means. I think we did good. I think we did good. I'm confident in this trick. I'm confident. I'm confident in I'm okay confident. I'm aware that when it hits that key level, it might come back down. When it does, it might continue back up afterwards. What we're looking for is for it to essentially sweep this liquidity and then continue higher after that. As we can see, we're actually, right now, winning this trade. I should care a lot more. My psychology needs to be in the game. Why? Because this is real money that I'm playing with. It's gonna suck if I lose this. It'll be sweet though if I win it. Fortunate is what I'll be. Okay, I'm done jingling, and that's even annoying me. So, yeah, we're gonna end that now. I don't want to paint this. I also kind of don't. A giant dice full of baby dice, and then on top of the baby dice, I have metal dice that are in this. Very cool to have this, not gonna lie. Look at that, we hit our key level there. So this is where I get a little tripped up, a little confused, a little yeah, right? Because I've seen some of his videos and his trade recaps saying once you hit the first take profit, right, remove the percentage of this right here completely out of the picture. So that way, one, you have your money, and two, you can just watch your money that you just made make more money, right? I don't know how to do that though. This is one mistake I'm making now. It's good I'm making this mistake because I don't want to lose this money. So, how do I do this? You can't answer me. I know you can't. So do I just how do I do this exactly? I click protect position, and this is what it brings me to. So we have how do I do this, chat? How do I do this right? Did I do that right, chat? I don't think I did that right. 1998. Don't tell me I just did that. No. Ah. Mini panic attack is what I just had. Psychology was there. Yikes. Comment section. Guess what we just did? We just made $316. I know that's bad. I know it's very bad. I should not be happy. I should review what I did because I did a couple things. I did more than a couple things wrong. So, what did I do? This was on paper trading account, right? My first mistake was not understanding how to exit the position partially so I could realize the other take profit level, right? That was my first mistake. My second mistake was using my confluences before seeing price hit a key level. It did not hit a key level, right? I'm curious to see what happens as price continues to move on because this works. I mean, I'm happy with this trade. We made $316 off of a interesting trade. What was our original? I put the stop loss what? Like right there. No, we entered there. I want this. Why is it not letting me do it now? Why can't I manipulate this the way I want it to? Hmm? I think our stop loss was like right underneath this right here. And as a result, it was like that's for every one I'm potentially getting 750. Is that what I'm seeing, chat? Comment section. I'm happy with this trade, but I'm also very disappointed in this trade. Conflicting feelings, and reasonably so. So to make a partial close on TradingView specifically, only when the instant order placement mode is disabled. To turn it off, you need to open settings on the upper toolbar. Okay, so this right here. No, this right here. And then I need to disable this and it's disabled. Okay. After clicking X to close a position, partial close in the confirmation pop-up, and select the number of units. Kindly note that not all broker accounts support partial close. If the feature is not available, this option will not appear on the confirmation pop-up. I am currently in TradingView paper trading mode, right? So partial closes are now a thing for me. Next time I go to enter a position, and you know what? Because this right here actually shows us, I believe, yeah, the history. Boom, right? We 100%, that was a successful trade, right? Yeah. So, with that being the case, I'm going to do this. Just an experiment to see if these settings even work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press buy, right? Right where it is. Not going to do anything about it. I'm going to take this and just straight up delete it because it's useless to me right now. This is going to be a thing. I need, yeah, not the gap box. Where is the, is it this? Yes, long position. Let's go ahead and say it's right here. Our stop loss is just below this. This is right here. Boom. I want to 750. $19,961, and that's the entrance to 19,991. How do I calculate that? Over a calculator? Do I subtract this from this? And then say sell this much? Regardless, this is what we're after. This is what we're after. Technically, we are in a position. Oh, are we not in a position? It didn't say we were in a position. It did not. Okay. So. Sure. Boom. Yay. Now when I do this, boom. Partial close. There we go. By a number of units. Okay. So that works completely. I made more money and I wasn't even looking. About $400 more. Surprising. That was over an experiment. What the heck? In any case, now that that's solved, I need to figure out how to read the take profit, this right here, and calculate how much of what I'm trying to get rid of, so that way I can keep the money I put in, and then make more money off of the continuation of this move up. Because we're about to hit the second take profit, and I've missed it for. That's annoying. Slightly some information I needed to know sooner, and I messed up on it. That is my fault. However, boil everything down. I feel confident about that. I felt confident about that trade. Even though the confluences were not hit, we did not hit our key level to really take into account our building blocks and our confluences in the correct manner. We still used what we had to the best of our ability. Under an assumption. My assumption was lucky. I am not to take this as a set in stone concrete. This is how I'm going to be trading. This is primarily me guess. This was a fair saying guess. I guessed at this. Luckily, fortunately, by some stroke of luck, I managed to make $300. Comment section. Using the correct confluences to get this done. Now I'm going to use his set of rules. I'm not going to take another trade today. That was my trade. The $300 was. The extra 4 after that from the experiment crap, yeah, that will never happen again. I am actually going to take my time. The next video we do, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to figure out everything I need to know about partial closing and total closing so I'm not making that mistake again. So I can open it up and get out when I need to. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I know that was a roller coaster in the end. If you enjoy this kind of content, there's a subscribe button right down below this video on the very left-hand side. You just click the subscribe button. If you can't find it, click the little red icon next to the subscriber count and my name, right? It should be to the left of it. Click on that icon. It'll take you to my channel. Then you'll see the subscribe button nice and white. You click it until it's gray. You're subscribed. Congratulations. That's how you know when I will have videos uploaded, right? When they're uploaded, you get a ping notification. The bell needs to be lit up white in order for you to really see that. Yeah, comment down below what you think I could have done better, or if that was the best scenario that you think I could have come up with, right? Because in my genuine opinion, we did not hit the key levels. We did not follow for verbatim the example listed. We did not wait for price to hit key level. We assumed it hit key level based on literally nothing. Based off of a inverse fair value gap we spotted after we assumed. With that being said, again, thank you guys so much for watching. That was nerve-wracking. I understand the psychology game now. Got to get that in check. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.